Hello and welcome to Talk of the Game. It is back. The Premier League is back. As West Ham United head to Old Trafford on Sunday to play Man U in our season opener. Jamie, are you glad Premier League football's back? You've been out to Germany. Did you enjoy your pre-season?
Yeah, it was good actually. It was a good little trip away. Obviously, it would have been better if it was one leg at their stadium, but quite a few people went and we had a good laugh. Yeah, it was good. Tom,
are you glad the Premier League football's back?
Yeah, of course. It's been a boring few months away from it, but no, it's nice. It's nice to finally be back again. Yeah.
Tom, Man United this season. What should Man United be aiming for?
You've got to say title, haven't you? The signings that they've made, obviously ready to make the next step up. Business obviously probably maybe hasn't been completely finished yet. Obviously, there's talk of Ibrahimovic going back there again. But I think with the amount of money that they've spent and the signings that they've made, you've got to really say that they're aiming for the title again. But saying that, obviously they've got Champions League football as well, so they're going to have to balance themselves well, I'd say. But if you're going to be spending sort of the money that they've been spending on players, especially 90 million from Lukaku to take them to that next level, it probably is going to be title or bust for Mourinho this season.
Jamie, are you impressed by their signings? Tom's put a lot of emphasis on them there, and understandably so when you're bringing in the likes of Matic and Lukaku. But are you impressed with what they've done?
Well, obviously, Lukaku and Matic are Premier League proven. Lukaku scores goals. Matic is good at what he does. The price tags are a bit questionable, but there'll be improvements to what they had last season, definitely.
Romelu Lukaku, West Ham fans all know him for one reason, that is because he loves scoring against us. He scored 9 in 12 games against us. Tom, does it become more difficult to stop Lukaku now? We obviously didn't manage it when he was at Everton, but you sort of had a theory, stop Lukaku, stop Everton a little bit. Now he's at Man U. You can't really focus on just Lukaku, can you?
No, of course not. They've got multiple different sort of outlets, if you will, that can produce match-winning moments from absolutely anywhere. Mkhitaryan, Pogba, Rashford, even Lingard in the last few months. They're a good side. They've got a lot of weapons, and I think it's just up to Jose to get the best out of them. But I think the back end of last season, even sort of pre-season, we've maybe started seeing them clicking on a few more cylinders than they could previously. So no, I guess that's the difficult thing. Obviously, with Everton, you're sort of looking at Rom and just Rom. But with Man United, obviously, you've got to be wary of all the other different attacking options that they've got.
JB, Tom said at the start he thinks they have to be aiming for the title. Do you think they will win the title?
No, I don't think they'll win it. I think they'll come close. I think they'll give the winner a good, what do you want to call it? A good run for their money. But I think they'll fall just short to Manchester City this season.
Yeah, I have to agree with what these two have said, actually. I watched them in the Super Cup against Real Madrid. I thought they did really well for the first 10, 15 minutes. And watching them, I was thinking, oh, crikey, they turn up against us like that at Old Trafford, we're in for trouble here. But once Real Madrid got into the game, I thought their weaknesses were exposed quite a lot. I thought their defence looked shaky. And it definitely gave me a little bit of a confidence watching them. But you have to bear in mind that we're playing Real Madrid and we don't quite have Isco at our disposal. And now time to talk about West Ham. Well, last question, Tom. 50%, 6 of their last 12 league games finished 0-0 or 2-0 to Man United. Is that both sides of the Jose Mourinho coin, if you like? You can grind out 0-0s or you can win and shut up shop.
Yeah, you can do. But do you know what I mean? I don't know what Mourinho will see this season. Obviously, I think we'll see a better side. I think hopefully Lukaku gives them that. But no, obviously, yeah, he can sit in and get a 0-0, or he can get a winner. It's difficult to call, mate. But he can. I guess as a good manager, he can produce either result if he really has to.
Right, let's talk about West Ham. Jamie, tactics first. We've been playing 4 at the back all summer, so you'd expect him to. But is that the right thing to do, or do you think we should be playing 3 at the back at Old Trafford?
No, I think 4 at the back would suit us better going into the game Sunday. I think 3 at the back with the 2 wing backs would be a bit too attacking. So I think, yeah, probably 4 at the back would probably be wise.
And defensively, Tom, there's only really one. While I agree with Jamie, I think it will be 4 at the back. I think we're going to see Zabaleta, Reed and Ogbonna left back. That's the only spot sort of up for grabs in the first 11, really. Who would you be giving it to, Tom?
Based on pre-season alone, even back end of last year, I think you got to go with Masuaku. I do love Cresswell, but I like what Masuaku's offered the last few months. I think his output's been brilliant. He just looks a lot more comfortable with a few more games under his belt this pre-season. And to be honest, like I said, it's not a knock against Cresswell, but just like I said, on form alone and what he's offered this pre-season, I think you have to go with Masuaku. He's not done anything to show us that he couldn't play well in that position. And like Jamie said, I agree, though. I think 5 at the back is probably a bit too attacking for United side that can hit us quite hard on the break. So I think 4 at the back is fine. I don't know whether Masuaku fits better into that sort of 5 at the back system or that wing back spot or an actual genuine left back. That'll only sort of become apparent over the season or over time. But for the meantime, based on what we've seen in pre-season and even the back end of last season, I think you have to opt for Masuaku in this game.
Jimmy, do you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. I think Masuaku's shown that he's good at what he does. He can take people on. He's not scared to go forward with the ball. He links up well, especially with Arnautovic, as was shown against Bremen. Yeah, I think going forward, that is what we need, getting balls into the box. So Hernandez, Lanzini, whoever's there can pick up that loose ball in the box.
Well, for you guys using team news, Chichiati will miss the trip, as will Michail Antonio and, of course, Andy Carroll. Shocking. But let us know what your first 11s will be down below. I expect that the other 10 that starts, Joe Hart in goals, Abaleta, Reed, Ogbonna, Masuaku at the back, Obiang and Obol in front of them, and in front of them, you probably have Lanzini, Ayew, Arnautovic, and Hernandez up front. Unless Bilic springs a surprise, because he could have 2 strikers on the bench in Sacco, Martinez. Now, Tom, if you had to bring one of those on, which one would you be hoping Slav takes on? Because Hernandez has only had an hour in a West Ham shirt pre-season. He's declared he's 100% fit. But do you expect to see Sacco and Martinez on the bench?
I'd expect to see Martinez. I don't know. Obviously, like we just said, there's a few injuries going about with Chiarte and, help me out, Carroll, etc. So, yeah, at a push, maybe we could see Sacco back on the bench. But obviously, I think Martinez has had the most minutes probably as our striker or Ayew in pre-season. So I'm still not 100% on Sacco and whether he should still be at the club. Obviously, on his day, yeah, he's an extra weapon for us. He can play out wide, he can play up front. Fair enough, whilst the injuries are there. But for me, I think he blew his last chance last season with us. But yeah, I mean, it's nice to see him back on the bench just to give us that extra option. But obviously, I think Hernandez and Martinez are the 2 I'd probably like to see.
Jamie, are you confident going up to Old Trafford? It's always a difficult place to go. You've got to get it done at some point. I doubt it's going to have an impact, but Man U did travel away to Montenegro or whatever it was, 1,600-mile round trip on Tuesday night. Are you confident at all, or what do West Ham have to do to get something?
Last season, when I come on here, I was quite negative most of the time. And on Luke Mauldin's vlogs, I was quite negative as well. But this season, I'm actually really confident going into the game. Whether that means coming home with a draw, coming home with 3 points, I think we'll get something.
Why are you so confident?
We've signed 4 players that would slot straight into our team that would improve on last season's squad. I just think they're the 4 positions that if we had last season, we would have picked up extra points. We went there last season, got the point, so can do it again.
Would you take a point right now, Jamie?
Oh, 100%. Take it and run.
Before I ask these 2 further predictions, make sure you pop back to our channel on Thursday night, tomorrow night, as we will have our season preview / predictions, where we'll be thinking who we think will be Hammer of the Year and what player we need to look out for, and if Slaven Bilic will get a new deal or not as he enters his last 12 months of his contract. Tom, are you confident for this one? What do West Ham have to do to get something from the game?
I'm a lot like Jamie on this one. Quietly confident. Like I said, this season, I think the signings that we've made this summer, we've actually improved our overall 11, and that was the big thing for us going into this season. So to actually say that we've improved in maybe 3 or 4 overall positions is fantastic for us. Obviously, United had that game midweek over at Montenegro. Might dip them a little bit. Obviously, they've had quite a long pre-season tour in the USA as well. So yeah, I mean, it's probably the better time to play them, if you will. You'd rather play them now than when they're in full stride this season. So if we can take a point, fair enough. All 3 would be absolutely brilliant. But no, I'm quietly confident. What do we have to do to win, though? I think, do you know what? Just back to basics, mate. Just last season, we were just absolutely shocking at times at the back. You know, we've improved, like I said, with Hart, and that defence, you expect it to be a lot more regimented, a lot more, you know, a lot less mistakes this season. I think having Ogbonna back in there, and even Zabaleta having leaders back in the team, I think is brilliant for us. To be honest with you, just like I said, take our chances this season. When we're going forward down the break, we've got a fantastic option now with Chicharito as well, who can score goals in the box, and just, you know, I'm confident, mate. I'm confident for Sunday.
I don't know if I'm confident as you two, or maybe I describe myself as optimistic. I'm certainly confident we've got ability. As you two said, we've brought 4 players in that should all start on Sunday. We've now got a striker who scored 11 goals in the Bundesliga last season with 52 shots. So in theory, every 5 shots he takes, one of them is going to hit the back of the net. It's up to us to give him 5 shots at Old Trafford. And I think with Arnautovic, Ayew and Lanzini, and I'd include Masuaku in that actually as well. We've actually got players that can give him those 5 chances and those 5 shots. We've also got more match winners. I think Arnautovic is a game changer. He is a match winner. He's someone that can play. He can, not quite Payet-esque, but he can sort of disappear for 85 minutes, turn up, score a goal, get you the 3 points, and disappear for the rest of the game again. And while it'll frustrate us, it wins us points. And I think that's where we were lacking last season, because that's where I think Snodgrass isn't. Snodgrass isn't a match winner. He won't win you points, but I think Arnautovic will. I actually think we should maybe play 3 at the back against Man U, because I think we look more defensively solid. But at the same time, we played 4 all summer, so I think we'd be a bit daft to change it up at the very last minute for Old Trafford. And our prediction time, you two are a bit more confident than I am, so I'm going to go to you two anyway. Jamie, what's your score prediction for this one?
I'm going to go with 1-1.
Tom?
I think your famed Tutu will be, I think, will be the one to go with. Yeah, I think we've got goals in us this season, and I think Chicharito probably he has to score. It's written in the stars. He has to score at the weekend, but United are always going to be dangerous. So I'm going to go 2-2 for the weekend.
Yeah, I'm a bit scared of this one. I do think Matic is a huge signing for them, because it allows Pogba to. It removes his shackles. I thought last season he was way too hindered playing centre midfield with Herrera. I think the shackles are off now with Matic in there. He can come forward, and him running at Noble and Obiang, and their lack of sometimes their positional awareness, if you like, scares me. But I'm going to go for 1-1 as well. I think we'll get something from it. I think the players will turn up. But anyway, you guys at home, let us know what you think. Drop your predictions below. What 11 do you want to see? And you can come on to our forum at hammerstrap.com. Like if you've enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new. That's been Jamie, that's been Tom. We'll be back on Sunday with our match review, regardless of the score. Thank you for watching.